Yo, what up? I'm Buns.
I'm Stavi. This BunzStavi podcast, but whatever. We can do this, okay?
Yo, what up? I'm Buns.
What's up? I'm Stavi. Welcome to BunzStavi.
A podcast about whatever.
Whatever. Forever. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. This week on BunzStavi, we have a topic for the episode, but we didn't know how to open it, so I think we're just going to talk about... Lately, we've been doing kind of like our recommends and little stuff before we do the episode. So I think we're going to open up with that. Buns, have you seen or heard anything lately you could recommend or talk about for a quick minute?
Yeah, I've got a movie and an album. So the movie that I checked out over this past week is kind of, I don't really know if you call it an indie movie. I don't know anything about the production of this movie. All I know is it got a really small release around last Christmas. It was I guess kind of a adventure thriller movie starring Jude Law. It was called Black Sea. So basically it's about these salvage workers, I think is the correct term. And, you know, their job is to get in submarines or get on boats and to go out to sea and to scan underwater and look for sunken ships to, get, if there's anything on them, if they're like from World War II, they could get documents or what. I don't know anything about the laws of maritime salvage or how that works, but that's their job. Well, in the beginning of the movie, this crew of guys gets laid off. They basically get fucked by their company. So they all kind of band together to talk to like this wealthy investor into buying them their own submarine to go after this kind of fabled World War II era submarine that is like full of gold that was like Hitler's gold. So they're trying to like find that, and throughout it, it's like 12 dudes in an enclosed space and on a really shitty submarine, and tensions rise, and it's just a really good movie. The only bad thing I have to say about it is the computer effects. If you're like a person who's kind of a stickler for like good
CG. Yeah,
good CG, you're probably not going to enjoy the CG in this movie because it's pretty goddamn bad.
Right on.
But the acting in the movie is really good. Literally the only actor that I know in the whole thing is Jude Law. Everybody else is foreign actors that I am not well versed on. But the story's good, the acting's good, everything about it is good. And then the album that I would like to talk about is kind of I don't really know how to describe the the genre of this
band.
Yeah, band. But they're kind of like if you were to take like techno and like African music and like 90s grunge and like all this weird shit and just
What the fuck are you listening to?
I don't know, man. I just found this album and just like mashed it together into this one album. You would get the band Melt Yourself Down and their album that I am saying you should listen to is also called Melt Yourself Down.
Self-titled. Nice.
Yeah. I don't really know how to describe it. You could hear that I was struggling to describe it a minute ago, but it's really good. I definitely suggest listening to the song Fix My Life, which is the title track, not the title track, but like the single off of this album, and the song Free Walk, which is then followed up by another song called Mouth to Mouth. Those three songs are the best on the album. It's really just good like driving music.
Dude, I mean, you kind of like, in all your confusion, nailed it. Wikipedia describes Melt Yourself Down as North African musical styles, punk, jazz, and funk.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. You didn't mention that to me. I'll check it out. It sounds weird.
Yeah, it's good as fuck. But, definitely check that album out. It's a good listen to.
Awesome. Before I get into some movie I've seen and stuff this week, got some news the past week between this episode and the last episode. The 2016 Rock on the Range lineup was released, and I guess we could kind of talk about that for a second. Rock on the Range is always hosted in Columbus, Ohio at Matt Free Stadium, formerly known as the Crew Stadium, where Columbus Crew play. It's where 60,000 rock and roll fans get together and listen to rock and roll music. And the lineup this year, I think it looks a little better than last year. I've personally never been to Rock on the Range. You ever been?
No.
But I think
I've heard good things though.
Yeah, I've heard that it's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. My mom wouldn't let me go before I was like 18. She's like, "There's marijuana there. You can't go." And I was like, oh, "Jeez." But then I turned 18 and the lineup wasn't like spectacular. But this is the 10th anniversary and a couple of cool bands are playing. I think we're probably gonna go this year. Your cousin Alec is kind of like, "Let's go." Eric's like, "Let's go." I mean, it's fucking music. Yeah, rock and roll's cool.
I mean, even outside of like this friend group, I've got like,
there's like a shitload of people that go.
Oh yeah, dude.
Literally 60,000 people and like it sold out last year.
I've got like a really old friend that I've known since like kindergarten who's like, I don't talk to him a whole lot anymore, but like he texted me like the day that it got announced and he's just like, "Yo, we're going to Rock on the Range." So right. I've got like this year, like I don't really know. I understand the hype, but it's like, fuck, man, like, let's go. Let's fucking do this shit.
Right, like, I always, like, look, I'm not, like, the biggest metalhead. Like, me and you are both kind of more into, like, punk music and pop music and pop-punk music and stuff. So, like, a lot of times there's, like, a lot of, like, really heavier metal bands, which I like heavy metal and stuff. But, like, this year, the main headliner, which I was actually kind of surprised about, is Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's going to be really cool. I'm excited to see them. Stoked to see Disturbed. I've never seen Disturbed, and I've always kind of, like, been a fan of Disturbed, even though, like, at the same time I haven't been. It's weird. But, yeah, Rob Zombie, Shinedown, Five Finger Death Punch, A Day to Remember. You stoked to see them again?
Oh, fuck, you have no clue.
How many times have you seen ADTR?
I've only seen them twice, but,
how good is it? I've never seen them.
Well, like,
what's it like?
I know, like, you haven't really dug into ADTR's stuff a whole lot, but, I don't know, they've got, like, they've got a really cool stage presence. Jeremy McKinnon just, like, goes up there and kills it. Like, he's got, like, so much energy.
Would you put it in, like, top 5 shows you've seen?
Yeah, probably the second time I saw him. Mm-hmm. I saw him at the same place both times. But, yeah, I'd say that the second time I saw him was their best performance of the two. There's kind of a thing at concerts where fans, in between songs, some fan will go, "Play Freebird," like, even if it's not a fucking Leonard Skinner show.
Oh, yeah.
They totally played Freebird.
Like the whole thing?
Not like...
Or just like the opening?
They played like half the song. A fan was like, "Play Freebird," and Jeremy King was like, "You want to fucking hear Freebird?" And he turned around and was like, "Do you guys know Freebird?" And they were like, "A little bit." So they played Freebird, like half the song.
That'd be pretty fucking cool.
It was hilarious. Like, I thought... I don't know. They just put on a good show. I'm pretty stoked to see him again.
Right on. Yeah, I'm excited to see them. I've only heard good things about their live performances and stuff, so that's pretty cool. Also, Bring Me the Rise of Megadeth at the Drive-In Lamb of God, 6 a.m.
Lamb of God's gonna be there?
Yeah, dude, Lamb of God. I think they played it before. I have no desire to see Lamb of God at all. If I see Lamb of God, I'll see them from a fucking distance, because I have a friend that I went to high school with. Her name is Haley, and she went to a Lamb of God concert, and she got punched in the fucking face, and I was like, I'm not about that. I already broke my jaw once.
I've never really dug into Lamb of God, but I feel like if it's there and I'm there, I'll be like, let's go
see Lamb of God.
Let's go see Lamb of God.
6 a.m. maybe? Pennywise, hell yeah. Ghost.
Pennywise?
Yeah, Pennywise.
Fuck, I'm gonna see Pennywise. Shit, hell
Did you even look at the lineup?
I looked at like Rob Zombie, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Disturbed, and ADTR. And Shinedown, I guess.
I think I'm like the only person in our friend group that likes Shinedown.
I don't know. They've got a couple good songs.
Go listen to the album Amaryllis. Like,
what's like their big hit song?
Fuck. What's the name of it? I can't even remember the name of it.
I'll look it up on Spotify.
It's Second Chance. Second Chance is like their big song. Tell my mother.
Oh, that's Shinedown?
Tell my father.
Oh, that's a great song.
I've done the best I can.
Oh, that's a great song. Okay,
dude.
I'm pretty excited to see Shinedown.
I did not excited for that one song. I'm like, when I was younger, I was a big Shinedown fan.
I didn't even know that was them.
They were.
I thought that was, I'm not gonna say out loud who I thought that was because everybody will make fun of me.
We'll talk about it off mic.
Yeah.
Bullet for My Valentine, Steel Panther, Machine Gun Kelly, which I'm gonna pass on. Yeah. Clutch, Pop Evil, Seven Dust, a bunch of other fucking bands. Only ones that are like catching my name and like as the names get smaller as they do on festival lineups. POD, I guess would be kind of cool. Butcher Babies, I don't know what that is, but it sounds awesome. Crown the Empire School, I saw them back at Rock on the Range, not Rock on the Range, Warped Tour a couple years ago. A band called Jelly Roll. I'll watch that. But yeah, Rock on the Range lineup is released. That's kind of like a big news thing. Like, people come from like around the world to see that, from what I've been told. Like, my friend went a couple years ago and said he hung out with a Chinese dude, like, from China for, like, a day, and I was like, holy shit.
I've got a friend who's like a real big metalhead. He's gone, I think, past 2 or 3 years, and I almost kind of wish that I would have went last year because Slayer was there.
Were they there last year?
They were there last year, and like again, like I'm not even a huge Slayer fan, but like if I would have went last year, I could have been like, well, I was in a Slayer mosh pit at one point.
You can have fun with that. I'm like, I don't know if it's because like I'm not even old or anything, but here lately, just mosh pits have been like. Here lately, I just been kind of want to watch in the show. I think I'm kind of starting to like prepare myself to just kind of watch and observe shows because I got a new project that I'm going to be starting on in 2016. So,
nice.
Kind of trying to remove myself from the feeling of a pit. But yeah, that's big news. I kind of just wanted to touch on that. I didn't even plan it. I just was like, oh, that'd be kind of fun to talk about. So, there's that. I have seen the Rocky spinoff twice now. I've seen it twice in the last week. Getting back into like movies and stuff that we talk about movies and shit. Creed, man. This movie takes place I think the last one, Rocky Balboa, came out in like 2006, I think. So Creed, before I tell you how I feel about it, takes place years after Rocky Balboa. Rocky's retired. You find out that Apollo Creed has an illegitimate son that, obviously Apollo Creed, spoilers or whatever, dies in Rocky IV. Well, he's killed by Ivan Drago's. And he dies before his illegitimate son is born. So his illegitimate son is in and out of foster care and stuff because his mom passed away too when he's younger. Buns, by the way, I'm trying not to spoil it because I know Buns hasn't seen it yet.
You mean Creed or like the Rocky franchise? Creed. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
So the movie opens up. He's Adonis Creed is his name. Adonis, they call him Donnie because Adonis is a bitch to say a lot of the time. But so the movie opens up and Adonis is like in a not a foster home, but like a juvenile detention center, and this lady comes in and you find out that she's like Apollo Creed's wife, and she's all like. I'll take you in. She like adopts him or whatever, and then it cuts to, like from the year 1998 to the year 2015, so it's like in the present. And it shows Adonis is like in Tijuana, Mexico, and he's like fighting, and he knocks this dude out like in the first round and stuff. And so he's like, it kind of announces he's like 15-0 and stuff, and he tries to go to a gym and train, and they kind of turn him down and stuff, and then. Quits his job and he's all like, I'm gonna go fight full time, and he moves to Philly and he meets up with Rocky Balboa, and after some discussion and stuff, Rocky agrees to train him and shit. Then some shit happens with Rocky. I'm not gonna get too into it, but if you've seen the trailer, you know that Rocky gets sick, and Creed is like training for a big fight, and throughout the movie he uses the name Adonis Johnson because he wants to try and make it on his own. He doesn't want to like, well, I'm Apollo Creed's son, so I can fight whoever I want. But then, like, it kind of gets released that he's Apollo Creed's son, and because of it, he gets, like, this really big fight. And they're training and stuff for it and shit. But, like, part of the thing is he has to take the name Creed. Like, that's part of the contract deal is he has to go by Adonis Creed rather than Adonis Johnson. And, there's, like, a great build-up. It's super, like, not cliche, because, like, at a certain point, the Rocky franchise became kind of, like, a cliche-type movie, because, not a cliche, but super predictable. It's like, oh, here's the Rocky theme, here's Rocky losing, now here's Rocky winning, and shit like that. This movie kind of, like, abstains from using the Rocky theme. It's really cool. They use, like, a lot of modern music and stuff. Really, it's, like, a modern-day Rocky movie. That being said, you can't say, like, you can't watch the other ones before seeing this one. Like, you kind of have to be familiar with the Rocky franchise because there's a lot of like nice little sprinkles and Easter eggs like that are callbacks to the old movies and shit, which is really cool throughout the movie. Adonis, like I said, moves to Philly, has a love interest just like Rocky did. Like, there's similarities between the two, but at the same time, it's on its own. And the story how this movie got made is really awesome because like the dude that wrote the script for it wasn't even alive when the first Rocky movie came out. He, I guess it started as like an idea when he was in film school. He's like, now how interesting would it be if Apollo Creed had an illegitimate son, and then all this shit happened, and then he like did some work, and now it's a fucking movie, and it's doing bank in the box office. It's doing really well, and I said earlier they kind of abstained from using the Rocky song, but they use it like it's kind of short lived, but they use it at just like a good time in the movie, and I shit you not, like as soon as like it came on, it's very short lived. They don't play the whole thing. They don't even really get into like the main part of it. They kind of like do the opening, and man, I cried in the movie theater. I was like, ah. I was like, nostalgia. It was awesome, but it's a good movie. I fucking love it personally. I've seen it twice. I've never seen a movie twice.
Really?
No, I've never gone like to the theater. Oh, I've seen movies more than one time.
Well, yeah.
But I've never like gone to the theater and been like, I'll pay to see that shit again, please.
Oh, I've done that with a few movies.
I have not. This is my first time. I went and saw it with my dad. It's a real good dad movie. If like you and your dad don't get to hang out a whole lot and you want to go like see it with somebody, go take your dad to see it. It's like a great father-son movie. It's really great though. Like the acting in it, Michael B. Jordan does a great job. Sylvester Stallone, fucking incredible performance. Definitely watch him get nominated for an Oscar. He might not win it, but he'll get nominated for it. Like in 40 years after winning Oscar for writing Rocky 1.
Oh god, that'd be awesome.
Right. I think he'll get nominated. I don't know if he'll win, but God, Sylvester Stallone, fucking top of his game in this movie. Which is like hard to say because, you know, Sylvester Stallone kind of made like a lot of shitty movies along with a lot of good movies. So like, man, top of his game though, fucking out there being Rocky Balboa, kind of taking over the Mickey role in the Rocky franchise. Good fucking movie, man. Definitely like, I'm gonna rate it like 5 out of 5 Stavis, and damn it, probably the best movie I've seen this year so far. Star Wars comes out in a couple weeks, and I'm sure like even if it does terribly, it won't do terribly, but even if it's like it doesn't live up to my expectations, then it'll still probably be like my favorite movie of the year. But the way it's looking, I don't think it will.
No, dude, it's gonna be fucking sweet.
Yeah. Other than that, music-wise, I don't really have much to talk about. There's a really weird song that was on my Spotify recommended called Crockbot by Sloth Rust. And that's fucking weird. I'm not really going to talk about it. Just go listen to it.
Stavi told me to listen to 2 songs.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. I don't know how long. Was it 2 weeks ago? Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago that you found these songs.
I saw Sloth Roast, yeah.
Yeah, one of them was Crockpot.
Yeah.
Well, the other one was that Zombies Ate My Neighbors
Oh, yeah,
song.
I was listening to that when I pulled in your driveway.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Zombies Ate My Neighbors by Single File.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, he told me to listen to those 2 songs. Those 2 songs came across his Spotify recommends, and he listened to them both, and I listened to them both, and the song that he took away was Crockpot. The song I took away was Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I fucking love that song. I think it's cool as hell. And Single File also has another song called Girlfriends. That's a pretty good one, too.
It's kind of like just generic pop punk.
Yeah, it's very just generic. If you like Blink-182 or like Sum 41, you're gonna Neck Deep. You're gonna like Single File. Like, I mean, they're very just like 2005. I know Neck Deep isn't a 2005.
Yeah, but they kind of sound very like.
Yeah, they've got the vibe.
Which I kind of like. I think pop punk has kind of turned into like kind of a more dramatic kind of thing, kind of more sad. Like if you not necessarily, but if you look at like Wonder Year's second album and like Real Friends and like shit like that, like I like Neck Deep because they're a little faster and more like up pace. Real Friends is fucking amazing though.
No, they're great, but like they're so sad.
Yeah, dude. I remember like when I first started hanging out with you guys, I kind of was like, Real Friends is not for me, but then they've grown on me quite a bit.
I've kind of actually like taken like an opposite, but maybe it's just because I've listened to them so much.
Yeah.
Like I've
really.
I used to really dig them, but like recently, like I haven't listened to a Real Friends song in like apart from I listened to Late Nights in My Car like yesterday.
Yeah.
But I mean, apart from that, I haven't listened to them for like a couple weeks.
I really just like Put Yourself Back Together. I like that EP or album or whatever it is a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we get into the main thing about this episode, something came out this week that we do got to talk about. I don't know if Buns necessarily wants to talk about it, but I got to geek out about it a little bit.
Go for it.
Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice trailer dropped.
I'm down to talk about this.
On Jimmy Kimmel released it. That's who kind of like got the beat on it. And Batfleck went on and was all like, here's the trailer, and then it fucking rolled, man. And what were your first impressions?
I haven't really
I've examined it, but and shit. Like I've watched it maybe 4 times now, but
recently I've been kind of like trying to like stay away from like big budget movie trailers.
Here's the thing with Batman vs Superman trailer. If you watch the trailer, you know the full fucking plot of the movie.
Oh yeah.
Which is like Star Wars. There's like 3 trailers out, and I could not tell you what that fucking movie's about. They're doing a great job keeping it under wraps.
But yeah, Batman vs Superman.
Oh yeah, whole fucking movie. I'm like, I know what that's about.
Well, like even if you know like about like, you know, like superhero stuff, like you know that like this is how the Justice League forms, so you know like you know how it's gonna end, kind of. Like,
I mean, like every superhero movie kind of ends the same way.
Yeah.
They all kind of resolve pleasantly. I mean, not necessarily pleasantly, but like the good guy usually prevails and shit. So like you know that. But I think the big release on this was Doomsday. Yeah. I don't think anybody was like. There's rumors, but nobody was like Doomsday. But anyway, go ahead.
I don't know. I just kind of haven't really watched a whole lot of like big budget movie trailers, because like you said, they kind of tend to. I've noticed like movies that are like big, like blockbuster movies, their trailers just give away the movie. Like I've noticed that like a lot in a lot of trailers. But I did like, I saw like all like the social media hype for this trailer, so I watched it, and I mean, I wasn't excited for the movie until now. I'm pretty excited for the movie now. I thought the trailer was awesome.
Yeah, trailer opens up. Clark Kent is at like a dinner or something. I guess it's a banquet maybe, and Bruce Wayne rolls up in like a really nice car and shit. And he gets out. And first of all, like they talk about it over on Fat Man on Batman, but like, how shitty of a reporter does Clark Kent have to be like, who's that? When Bruce Wayne rolls up, like, oh, he's only one of like the richest, most influential people in the world, but like, it's like, who's that? It's like, all right. But anyway, you know, they kind of like run into each other, and Superman, Clark Kent, kind of asks him like, oh, how do you feel about that Bat vigilante running around Gotham? And he's like, I like him. And he like, you know, Ben Affleck, Bruce Wayne's kind of talking shit about Superman and stuff, and kind of has a good line that he says. It's something like I guess it's just the Gotham in me. Not really a big fan of clowns running around in suits or something like that. And I was like, ooh, that's a Joker reference? Which is kind of weird because that means in that universe, obviously like it's an older Batman, but that means Batman's already run into the Joker.
Yeah.
Very Dark Knight Returns, George Miller type thing from the 80s. It's kind of an older Batman. Not that old though. You ever read that comic book?
The which one?
Dark Knight Returns.
No.
Dude, Batman's old in it. Like, it's older, and I just kind of got around to reading it, but it came out before we were even alive. But Batman's like an old man in it. But it's pretty good.
I think I've heard about that. It sounds familiar.
Oh, it's like one of the.
I'm like so behind on like superhero comic books. I'm behind on comic books in general.
It's like one of those comic books that people hold in America's great literature. It's like one of those comic books where people are like, it is more than a comic book. Yeah. It is American literature.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's cool. And then like Lex Luthor comes over. What do you think? Like this Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg, he's a little bit more like spunky and shit.
Yeah, he's like kind of snappy, and I'm pretty excited for it. I enjoy Jesse Eisenberg.
I fucking love Jesse Eisenberg.
No, I haven't seen a bad Jesse Eisenberg movie.
Oh, let's think about him. Zombieland, great
movie. Social Network,
good. Adventureland, good.
I haven't seen Adventureland, but I've seen like clips and pieces of it, and he's hilarious.
That's really good. Clips and pieces. You seen 30 Minutes or Less with Aziz Ansari?
Yeah, that movie got shit reviews, and I thought it was funny.
I thought it was like, it's kind of just a fun movie.
Yeah, it's a very forgettable movie.
Yeah.
I honestly forgot that movie
It's utterly watchable, though. Like, you can watch it and get like enjoyment out of it.
If I went inside and like HBO was playing 30 Minutes or Less, I'd probably watch it. Yeah. It's a good movie.
Aziz Ansari's in that. There's a couple other people in that. That's a good movie. That dude from Eastbound and Down. What's his name?
Danny McBride.
Yeah, he's
Nick Swartzen.
Oh fuck! I forgot Nick Swartzen was in it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's a good movie, man. He has a movie. It's on my list on Netflix right now. He did a movie with like Tracy Morgan. I haven't watched it yet.
What's it called?
I don't remember what it's called, but it looks good. I watched the trailer for it. I just can't remember the name of it. But it looks pretty good. I'm a big fan of Jesse Eisenberg. I think he's a good actor. Social Network. He's on Social Network.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Oh yeah, that's a good movie though.
But yeah, I saw like a couple of people complaining about that because he's like more upbeat and stuff, and I'm like, dude, I'm fucking like, you don't have a Joker in this movie, so you need something that's like a little bit maniacal, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be a fun twist. Plus, like, a lot of Superman movies are like, his idea is like to buy a bunch of real estate. It's free real estate. To buy a bunch of real estate and kind of like do some evil shit. So I'm like happy to see that it's not the same plot with Lex Luthor again.
Yeah.
He has like a cool line in it. And he's like, where Amy Adams, Lois Lane is like, you're psychotic. And he's like, psychotic is just a 3-letter word for people that something. It's like, it's just like, fucking, this could be a different fucking.
What was it that he said? He's like, if God won't stop man, the devil will have to, or something like
something like that.
Oh God, that like sent shivers up my spine.
Yeah, dude.
Something about if God doesn't do blank, then the devil will have to.
Yeah, dude. Fucking, I'm excited about his character. But like, I'm a Jesse Eisenberg fan. What do you think of Batfleck?
I was not a big fan of it at first, but
can I ask why? Because as soon as they announced Affleck as like Batman, I was like, fuck yeah! And then I know a lot of people were like...
because I'm a huge... I really don't know how to say this very well, but when it comes to, like, movies and stuff, I'm, like, a huge pushover for, like, almost anything that, like, the masses are. Like, a lot of things I'm very, like, no, the masses are wrong, but for me, like, movie-wise... You're
a blockbuster guy?
I'm not like a blockbuster guy.
Would you rather watch a blockbuster movie, like a big budget movie, or an indie movie?
To me, that doesn't matter. What I should say is like, if IMDb gives it a good rating, chances are I like it. Or like if Rotten Tomatoes likes it, I'm probably gonna like it.
Okay.
That's what I should say. But like,
then maybe you should look at Zero Charisma a little more. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, maybe I should have looked at Zero Charisma a little more. But I don't know. Like I had no reason. I had, at the time when it was released, I had zero reason to be pissed at it, but I was like, fuck. Really the only thing I knew Ben Affleck from was one time South Park made fun of him, and then he was Daredevil, and I heard Daredevil was shitty. So, like, that was my reasoning.
Okay, hold on. Here's the thing about Daredevil, okay?
Okay.
That had a lot more... Okay. Because a lot of people, as soon as the whole Batfleck thing, people were like, well, what about Daredevil? It's like, a lot of people complain about the casting and stuff. A lot of people complain about Ben Affleck. But I think there's a lot of stuff that went wrong with that movie. And if you ever get a chance to watch, like, the director's cut of Daredevil, I would do it. But that being said, I'm a big Kevin Smith fan, which kind of relays me to being kind of a big Ben Affleck fan.
I can see that.
He's the main role in Chasing Amy. He's in Mallrats. He's one of the main roles in Dogma. Have you ever seen Good Will Hunting?
Oh God, it's been so long since I've seen.
He's supporting Good Will Hunting, which isn't a Kevin Smith movie. Him and Matt Damon wrote that together.
He was in Gone Girl.
Fuck yeah, dude! Gone Girl. I forgot about Gone Girl.
Yeah,
dude. Oh my God, and he's so good in that.
Yeah, dude. That was kind of my like
only big exposure to him.
No, like I can tell you, like I actually kind of forgot about this, but like up until Gone Girl, I was like, man, he's not gonna be able to like follow in fucking Christian Bale's shoes. And then I saw Gone Girl, and he's like so dramatic and like shit in that. I'm like, all right, yeah. I feel like I could wrap my head around Ben Affleck Batman. So like now, I'm all for it. Like,
yeah,
I'm not like stoked. Like, fuck yeah, Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck is Batman, but I'm optimistic about it.
Yeah, dude, I'm looking forward to see what he does. I think the costume. I mean, just as a fucking like comic, I get into comic books more than you do and stuff. I think the costume looks good.
The costume looks cool.
Ears aren't too long. I hate long Batman ears. I think it's like when it comes to like the art style, I'd definitely rather see shorter ear Batman than long ear Batman. I like the armor on the new Batman. I like it all, dude.
Did you see Man of Steel?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I mean, I think I've told you before. Like, I'm a pretty like easy to please dude, and I've always been a pretty big Superman fan since I was a kid. But yeah, I like Man of Steel.
I have yet to see it. I'll probably watch it this week.
The biggest complaint people make about Man of Steel is that him and Zod like destroy a lot of the city, and it's like, well, you have like two gods fighting each other. It's gonna happen and shit. And what's cool though is like a lot of people complain about it, and the people over at DC were like, all right, everybody's mad that we destroy like Superman, a person that wants to like reserve peace and stuff, destroyed a lot of the city. Now that's like our weak point in the storyline. Let's build fucking Batman versus Superman like on that, because that's when Batman is like, fuck Superman and shit.
Yeah.
So they're like, fuck it, let's build the rest of the franchise on the back of that. Let's make Bruce Wayne pissed about that. And I think that's an incredible move.
I think that's I can see that.
Yeah, dude. So I think I'm really excited about that. A lot of people complained that they didn't think Doomsday looked very good. Another thing I'm really excited about about the Batman Dawn of Justice. Obviously, Dawn of Justice is like, which I'm kind of like, oh yeah, there's a subtitle, Dawn of Justice. It's obviously like Justice League. So, Wonder Woman looks great in it and shit. Batman, I think, looks really good. I still wish Superman had like the red tights over his like pants. That always kind of pisses me off. I'm like, dude, I don't know. It's just like one big blue suit. I always like think the red underwear, the briefs over his like pants.
Yeah.
And then from Dawn of Justice and stuff, we're also gonna see. I don't know if you've heard or not, but Flash is gonna be in it for like a second.
Really?
Yeah, from what like rumors say, he's kind of like watching, like Batman's watching a security tape, and there's like a red flash, and it's like that's like the Flash.
Huh.
And Aquaman is supposed to be shown in it for like just a second.
Huh.
In like the same way. But yeah, and then they've shown like little stills of Aquaman you can find on the internet, and it's not like stereotypical like orange and blue blonde hair Aquaman. It's like fucking badass Aquaman. Yeah. But yeah. Definitely a lot of cool stuff I wanted to talk about this week and shit. Other than that, man, God, what else has happened this week? I can't think of anything else that's happened this week, man. Buns and I Buns and Jamie and myself and our friend John have went and saw Modern Baseball this week.
We did.
I guess we can talk about that shit. We've never talked about a concert on the podcast. We've written reviews and stuff, but I don't think we've ever talked about it on the podcast.
Nope.
How many times have you seen Mobo? How many times have you seen Modern Baseball now?
6 or 7.
6 or 7. Count them.
See, we saw them the first time with the Wonder Years.
Okay.
And last year on our friend Squanto's birthday. Then we saw them. These are going to be totally out of order. Jamie counted them. I know it's at 7. I don't know if I'm going to remember all of them, but I know it's at least 6 or 7.
Okay.
With Wonder Years.
Wonder Years again.
Wonder Years again. So twice with Wonder Years. Snowed in. This concert. Beachland. Brooklyn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's 6 for me. I feel like there's one more in there somewhere, but I don't remember.
I think that's it. I think that's what Jamie
That
told
might
me.
be it.
I've seen him 5 times. The first time I saw him was before I met you guys. So
wasn't it at that one concert though?
It was. I mean, I saw you guys there. Like that was the first time I ever met you specifically.
Yeah,
but, like that was before I started.
Because I pointed out your Galleon shirt.
Yeah, I was like wearing a shirt. You were like, "Oh shit, you're from Galleon." I was like, "Oh shit, I know you. I know your friends."
I felt like a dumbass. Like, right, I just want to let you know that, like, when you're like, "Yeah, I know John," I was like, "Fuck, shit. This isn't exciting."
It's like that would have been like the most fun coincidence in the world.
Yeah,
and I kind of ruined it. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
No, I saw him. The Wonder Years with the story so far. The Wonder Years, Mobo. That was my first time. That was like almost my introduction. Like I'd only listened to You're Gonna Miss It All like twice at that point. And they were so good. I was like, I gotta go listen to this. And I got home, bought You're Gonna Miss It All, later about sports.
That was such a good concert that I squandered because I was like, Story So Far came on. I'm like, I only like one song by these guys, and now
you're like a big Story So Far fan.
Now I'm like, oh fuck! Like I've considered getting a Story So Far tattoo.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm
probably not gonna do it though.
I like Story So Far. I wasn't that big a fan. That was my first like pop punk show, like really like predominantly pop punk show, other than like Warped Tour. So, and when I went to Warped Tour, I didn't really watch that many pop punk bands. I watched like more like a couple metal bands and a couple of white shitty rappers. But yeah, that was like my first big pop punk show, and I like was not mentally prepared for the pit.
Yeah.
And so like the Story So Far came on, and like during their second song I lost my shoe and like found it and climbed out of the pit, and I was like, fuck this. So like Story So Far I kind of just hung out and then jumped back in for the Wonder Years. But yeah, anyway, so I saw Mobo with the Wonder Years, saw him again at Beachland Ballroom up in Cleveland with you guys. They opened for Say Anything. I saw him in Brooklyn, saw him the other night. And what do you think of the set the other night?
Their set?
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was great. I mean, I've never seen a bad modern
The
baseball.
worst one was probably Brooklyn, just because it was like a short set.
Yeah.
And it was like noon.
Yeah, it was like noon. It was in Brooklyn, and
we drove for 9 hours.
we drove from Ohio to Brooklyn
overnight
that night.
Like we left at 2 a.m. and got there at like 10.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like if we would have like left a day earlier and then like slept, I feel like it probably would have been a great show.
Yeah.
Plus, there was only like maybe 30 people in that building. Yeah, it was like literally a loft. Though. It was so fun.
We met Brennan. He did an interview with us that we never uploaded. Fun fact.
Yeah.
Never gonna, because it's kind of late now. Everything we talked about was kind of like in secrecy of their EP, and we were gonna like release it the same day their EP came out. And then I got all lazy and forgot to edit it and shit.
Yeah.
So that's in the archives for me and Buns just enjoy and remember one day.
Yeah. Fun fact, doesn't Brendan have a small tiny Star Wars tattoo?
Brendan has a small tiny Star Wars tattoo that I freaked out about. I was so excited about that.
I hope that's not like a thing that...
I'm sure it's not like a secret, but it's like it's in a concealed spot.
It's like on his ankle.
Yeah. I think he showed me his Star Wars tattoo because I showed him my Star Wars tattoo.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have two at the time. I just had the one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was cool. But yeah, dude, Beachland Ballroom is probably the best set I ever saw him do. But the set the other night was awesome because they did the acoustic set.
Yeah.
The venue we went to was Scully's in Columbus, and they had a cover charge like $5. And I know that's not a lot, but I'm a cheap bastard. So, like, they came out and they were like, "Where did you guys have to pay like $5 extra just to get in here? So we're gonna do an acoustic set for you." And then they did it, and they played like Chloe K, which was fucking awesome live. The Thrash Particle, which is just that's off their new EP, which is called Mobo Presents the Perfect Cast featuring modern baseball. It's a
great EP.
Oh my god, dude! It's like up there. It's like one of the best releases of the year for me. Obviously, I'm biased though. I love Mobo. But yeah, enough with Mobo. Their set was awesome. They were really cool and stuff. I got to see Jake and I showed him my Mobo tattoo and he took a picture of it and shit. But unfortunately, we didn't get to see all the guys because we've stayed in contact with them since Brooklyn and stuff. But
super cool dudes.
Yeah, super cool dudes. Always really nice to their fans and shit. Awesome dudes. Yeah. But yeah, other than Mobo, let's talk about what did you think of the opener? What did you think of Tiny Moving Parts?
I thought Tiny Moving Parts is better live than they are on.
That's what I thought too.
Like on studio.
Uh-huh.
They're super like depressing. Very, very sad band.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're very sad guys. They seem like really happy.
They seem like they're having a fucking great time.
Yeah, dude. But then their music would start and it's like, oh shit.
And you're like, you're kind of just enjoying their stage presence, but like if you're paying attention to the lyrics during the show, you'd be like, "Fuck, man."
Yeah. I think they're all right, but you definitely got to be in the mood for them. If you're
feeling like real emo,
yeah. If you're feeling like, if American football isn't doing it for you,
if American football and Deja and Tondu aren't getting it for you, Tiny Moving Parts. Alright, so yeah, Tiny Moving Parts is pretty good. I was really excited to see Jeff Rosenstock. Is that who played next? Yeah, Jeff Rosenstock, dude. What do you think of Jeff Rosenstock?
He's another one that I've listened to on album and not been like super impressed. But then like I heard, him playing live and he had like an insane stage presence.
He was like super goofy, but at the same time like super just into his music.
Yeah, he was like really, really hyper. Either two possibilities. There's two possibilities. One, he's just a really hyper dude, or two, he drank like 500 Red Bulls before the show because like. He was jumping around, and, like, at one point, he took his guitar off and was just like, ah, fuck! And he just, like, gave it to a fan.
And they were, like, strumming and stuff, and then he took it back at the end. But, dude, that was cool.
Yeah, dude.
I was, like, right up in the pit for that. He plays a lot faster live than he does on his albums. Plus, when was the last time you saw a dude that played, like alternative music bust out a harmonica in, like, the middle of their set?
I don't know what that song's called, but I want to buy it.
I'll look into it for you. It's a really good song.
Yeah, that song was fucking sweet.
Yeah, dude, his set was awesome. I was not disappointed. And then, the second up, right before Mobo played, a little Canadian band called... Canadian. Corner to Earth. A little band called Pup, who has been blowing up over the last year or so. Yeah. Played, and I know you're a big Pup fan. What do you think of that show, man? This is the second time you saw him after Warped.
Yeah, I saw him at Warped, and they...
Cowabunga Falls. The lead singer of Pup called, where we live, we go to Warped Tour in a place called Cuyahoga Falls, outside of Cleveland.
Which is kind of a Canadian-sounding name. Like if you...
Right, like you think they'd be like, oh, Cuyahoga.
Yeah, like Cuyahoga Falls sounds like a place in Canada. But, he called it Cowabunga Falls, which, everybody who's around...
Everybody that went to that show was like, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, that's fucking funny.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I thought they put on a great show. they have. I have kind of a weird like love for Pup because they only have one album out, and I love like every song on there, but I only know the words to like 2 of them because anytime I listen to them, it's like when I'm driving and I can't look at the lyrics.
Yeah.
But the songs are Dark Days, which is about them just kind of like touring.
Yeah, that's a good song.
But then there's Reservoir, which is like their biggest song, and it's like super fast and a lot of people that are like aggressive. A lot of people that are really into like 80s hardcore punk and have been like, fuck, punk is dead or whatever, have like heard Pup and been like, all right, this is it's coming back, because like Pup is like super, tons of attitude.
Yeah, dude. Cool as fuck.
Cool as hell. Like, yeah, dude, they're super chill dudes.
Yeah, you get to meet them at Warped Tour, didn't you?
I did, and they all signed my copy of my CD, and
is their CD just self-titled or does it have a name?
No, it's just self-titled.
Oh, that's
Pup.
cool.
It's got like a really weird
pencil
drawing on the front. Like, it's like teeth. It's like somebody like opening their lips up, but their teeth are still like. Look it up, Pup by Pup. But I thought it was a black and white picture until I read like the little, like the credits about the album art like inside the booklet of the album, and that shit's a pencil drawing.
Yeah,
it's cool as hell.
Yeah, they were great. They played a new song. I thought the new song sounded really cool. It's fast and heavy as fuck. I like that.
I can't wait for the new album. They're dropping a new album in 2016.
Yeah, they told us about it at the show. I'm really excited about that. Wish we could have pulled them aside and asked them for an interview for BunzStavi. But we did email their publicist and they said no. But
they're super busy guys.
Yeah, they're on tour and stuff. They got other shit to do. They got to pack up guitars, move on to the next city the next day and shit. So no worries there. We'll try again next time they're around and shit. But yeah, dude, they put on an awesome show, and as always, Movo put on a good show. I was really impressed by the song Yukon Valley.
Yeah,
which is just good. Yeah, dude, it was awesome. Great show. I think I'm only gonna maybe see one more show this year. And I'm going to start on a new project next year at shows and stuff that I'll probably tweet about or put out something later about and keep it kind of under wraps for now until I get it going. We kind of talked for a little while today. Tried to keep it kind of tight for you. I don't really have anything else to say today. How about you, Buns? He's yawning.
Shit.
Stand by.
Yeah, no, I don't really have anything else to say.
Awesome. Thank you for checking us out this week. Check out the other videos that we have. We have a bunch of other podcast interviews, blah, 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 blah.
We also have a SoundCloud that we kind of abandoned.
Yeah, we have a SoundCloud that we abandoned that has like a episode on it. Maybe we'll start uploading to that again.
Do we have those like audios on YouTube?
No, yeah, we do. Everything that's on YouTube is on SoundCloud.
All right,
the first episode of BunzStavi you can't find anywhere. It's gone. It's not on YouTube. It's not
even in our files.
I mean, it's in our archives. But I thought like the way SoundCloud works is like for free, you get so many hours or like so much time, and then it starts wanting to charge you. And I thought if I deleted something and like uploaded new material, it would give me more time, but it doesn't work that way. So I deleted that, and then I never uploaded it to YouTube. So like the first episode of BunzStavi is archived away in the vault, just like Pinocchio at Disney's vault.
We didn't really talk about anything.
It's literally 8.5 minutes of just us kind of like being very nervous because we'd never done a podcast before.
Yeah. So forget the SoundCloud.
Yeah,
everything's on YouTube.
We'll let you know if the SoundCloud makes a comeback.
Yeah.
So, I think that's gonna wrap it for this week.
I'm Buns.
I'm Stavi, and
go to bed, you tired fucks.
Yeah, why not? Go to bed, you tired fucks. Bye.
Bye.